1-2 then for Anderson after the timeout. And finish that story about the building here, using the 40s for training for World War II. Recent renovations, they found some old sea rations in a closet circa 1943. How about that? I don't think they used them, but quite an artifact to find. And a long-range 3 hit.
Yeah, great story about Marcus Bennett. Let me tell you about this kid. Watching him shoot the ball has great form, but more importantly, always stays after practice to get extra shots up. And for kids out there listening, you make the shot in practice, you don't make it in the game. The shot's already made hours before the game.
Anderson, floater, a little bit strong. Nick Vita just into the game. A walk-on, a transfer from UC Santa Cruz helps keep it alive for the Rams.
And I think so far the strategy by Derek Wittenberg is working out great for him. Just continuous movement, kind of get Charlotte tired, make them lose concentration, and then stick it when that's possible.
Shot selection so far. Great start for Fordham on their 3, still 6 of 8. Outstanding from long range.
Wittenberg gave a great analogy for his team and said, we're not a heavyweight hitter, you know, we got to stick and move. We got to stick and move. We got to keep jabbing when we can.
Green works for Dunston. Nice reverse layup for the sophomore. That's the first 2-point field goal we've had from either team today. Dunston up to 8 points here in the first half.
How about the eyes by Green to see that? I didn't know the big guy had it in him.
Nice vision. Looked like a certain guard we know named Jason Williams out there. Distributing.
Making me blush. I don't know, you could be talking about a lot of us. It's just not me out there.
Withers, ferocious offensive rebounder. We told you about that. Kick out. And Bennett has another.
I'm telling you, the guy has the eye of the tiger look in his eye tonight. Cannot leave this kid open. I think that's the big assessment for him, to stay focused defensively on each and every single possession.
Had a career high 15 against Richmond Wednesday night. 3 for 5 from 3-point range. Stout got caught up, then feeds to Vita on the baseline. And a 3-second call in a lane. Tonight, Louisville heads to the Carrier Dome for a meeting with Jerry McNamara and Syracuse. What can Taekwon Dean do now that he's healthy again for the Cardinals and Rick Pitino? College basketball Saturday primetime presented by Cisco Systems on ESPN at 9 Eastern. Louisville, Syracuse also available in high definition on ESPN HD. Call your cable operator or satellite provider today or log on to ESPN.com. Syracuse coming off a rough loss to Cincinnati. You saw on ESPN2 this week. Jim Boeheim and the Orange struggling right now.
It's good to see Fordham go back in there. This is what they're known for. They're man-to-man defense, in your face, 100% effort, diving, fighting, scrapping for every single possession.
Trouble for Bennett. Throws it away. Jermaine Anderson comes down with a loose ball. Tries a spin. Oh. Hard foul, and Jermaine will have 2.
And that's exactly what Fordham wants to do. They want to be in your face. They want you to make long passes. Talking to Derek Wittenberg yesterday, he says he gets a little frustrated sometimes because the refs call some ticky-tack fouls, but, I mean, this is what they're known for. Forcing you into making passes like that to the great concentration in the eyes by Anderson to get the ball, try to go in for the finish. That's the kind of style, the pace they want to play every single game. That's what he wants for them to be known for, aggressive defense.
Jermaine Anderson from Canada. He's the Atlantic 10 free throw shooting 91%, so we're a little surprised to see him miss one of the 2 on the technical a couple of moments ago. What a story. The youngster said he tried to soak in everything he possibly could from Steve Nash training with him, the Canadian national team. He played a game against Yao Ming in a Four Nations tournament over in China. So he really brings some incredible international experience at this level.
I tell you, and being next to Yao Ming, ever talk about making somebody making you feel puny? Yeah, that's Yao Ming.
He does. How about Bennett? Another triple for Marcus Bennett, who's just caught fire here. He's got 3, and the lead just 6 for Fordham.
What he's known for, he's a sharpshooter. He jabs you when he can.
Brian Dunston gets loose for 2 more. Moving well without the ball, Brian Dunston.
And I think that's a part that Charlotte's going to have to work on in order to be better this year. Really maintaining focus defensively for the entire possession. Talking to Derek Wittenberg yesterday, he's saying that was one of the things that they're going to have to do in order to win this game. Keep moving, keep Charlotte on their toes, and make them pay attention.
Dunston, team's second leading scorer at 13.7 rebounds. Fordham looked a little flap the other night. Lost at Xavier by 20 points. But this is a much different team for Derek Wittenberg on their home floor. As we told you, they've just been great. 5-0 at home in the Atlantic 10. 7-2 overall for the third-year coach, who really seems proud of what he's put together here at Fordham.
I think so. I think next year is even going to be worse to talk about. They got a great kid sitting out right now, Marlon Smith from Penn State. Transfer who's going to be an amazing point guard for them. But I think the more time he has, they're only going to get better and better and be more successful.
Vita, bounce pass for Dunston. Here's Bethel, a freshman who was ineligible in the first semester because of some grade issues, but a highly touted recruit. We're coming in from Rose Hill Gym, Bronx, New York City. Big Atlantic 10 games. Charlotte, a team of 15 wins, needs to have a strong finish in the A10, then have a nice showing in Cincinnati at the tournament next month to think about the NCAAs. David Wright, Jason Williams, our entire crew with you today from New York.
And it's definitely a must-win game for Charlotte. David, it's just me, but I think they need to win out the rest of their games in order to get a chance to go to NCAA tournament. Talk about some of the losses that they had. I mean, to Richmond, some other teams, they really got to win every single game.
Courtney Williams hits a big shot off the bench for Charlotte, and Bobby Lutz, and the lead again cut down to 6. Would have been all threes, mostly from Bennett, until that shot from Williams. That's their first two-point field goal.
How about the job Bobby Lutz has done with the Charlotte team? We got to finish on what's there, right? But talking about in the NCAA, in the 7 of the past 9 years, they got to the NCAA tournament.
What the coach said today, maybe a better seed, a better regular season finish, puts them in better shape for the tournament. They can win a couple games in a big dance. Okay, guys. You got it.
Yes. That's great. Okay. Wow.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Dave and Doug, thank you. You would have seen Cedar Falls, the Unidome there. It's Racket Buster presented by eBay on ESPN2.
Dipsy talking about the home of Elton Brand. And so far, Fordham has been doing their game plan, really keeping Charlotte